Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Salute the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Salute the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
LT cooking your ass.
LTTV, whatever his channel name is called. I'm sorry for being the dusty. How about that?
If y'all want to keep up with the news and just shit be going on, subscribe to LTTV. That nigga know everything about everything. I ain't gonna lie.
So the shirt's been selling?
Yeah. It ain't been 24 hours. It ain't been 8 hours they've been selling. Wow, that's a hell of a marketing tool. White people want to buy them.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Charleston White, you think you're funny? We'll see who's laughing.
This daddy ain't worth me risking my relationship with my Jewish friends.
Let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you?
They go wear them at work, at their family reunion. Hey, I got the watermelon fella. And it was a great term for him to come up.
Drew Anthony, you're a and a coward, and you raised one.
So you don't think you owe Jeff some money?
Who?
Jeff come up with that.
But he didn't trademark it.
Kayla, you drunk. What'd you do to that boy to make him stab somebody? My God, what kind of mother are you?
I'd rather stand with the Jeff Metcalf than I would with Karmelo daddy. Weak, dark side and conservative. I ain't standing with no weak-ass black man.
Right.
My mama mad at me.
Why?
She said, son, you was just ready to die for the family. How can you switch like that? I told her, easy. They want to make fun of that nigga. And I'm making fun of it, making money.
Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, let's get right into this one. Okay, so Charleston White back to the usual cooning that he's doing. This is no surprise to me. I've been calling out Charleston White for a very long time. I don't know why various folks are surprised in this behavior, the back and forth, the race grifting. He went all in crying on the phone, talking like he was all in supporting Karmelo Anthony. Now he switched sides, selling T-shirts, talking about, yeah, I switched sides that quick. His mother's disappointed in him in this new interview that dropped today. It's absolutely pathetic work. I don't know how anybody buys into these grifters, these entertainers, folks that get on. He got on No Jumper and DJ Vlad saying that he would just say anything for the clout and the fame. All sorts of craziness. This is what I'm talking about when he's talking about raping white women, talking about assaulting women, various different acts that are just completely heinous. Folks ignored it because he was saying things that they probably agreed with or they liked or they didn't give a fuck about the other. I don't know what the fuck people give him a pass for. I don't know why they give him a pass, but they give him a pass. They said, yeah, oh yeah, it's just for clout to get everyone's attention for the real stuff. And I'm like, you use your platform irresponsibly. You flip-flop. You're full of shit. You're an entertainer that's out for the money, out for the clout. He said it himself. Let's get into this. Now, this is Austin Metcalf's dad. Y'all, I haven't been making much videos about this case. I'm more, to be honest, I'm more concerned about the other case with, what is the young boy's name? Cyrus Carmack Belton. The kid who was shot in the back. And then the Asian store owner got off. I'm more concerned about that. How is a kid that he had a weapon on him. He was running the opposite direction. That to me is fucked up. But let's get into this because this has been very sensationalized. Folks are covering it. There's witnesses coming out the woodwork. I'm like, who are these niggas? I'm seeing on various channels folks interviewing these folks. I'm like, how many witnesses were there and how many of you did not take the stand at trial, but you're here on YouTube for the clout? I'm confused. I got to do more review of these things to actually make sure that what I'm saying is accurate because I'm not sure. I got to look into this case more. It just seems like there's a bunch of wild clout chasing going on, but let's get into it. Shit.
Not easy. God doesn't say that. God says there's going to be trials and tribulations. God says there's going to be people out there who will deceive you. People out there, I mean, if we want to go back Old Testament, eye for an eye, Sodom and Gomorrah, turn to stone, man lays with a man, you die. I mean, this is all your personal choices. It's none of my business. I stay in my lane. Just don't come in my lane with your I respect everyone until they disrespect me. I've been disrespected by so many people so many times while I've had to sit here and take it. I'm going to tell you right now, Charleston White, you think you're funny? We'll see who's laughing.
What Charleston White should have done was, because he stole the shit, the Watermelon Felon made the t-shirts, he should have shelved those motherfuckers. If he was really about the shit, but he flip-flopped. Now he's grifting, trying to make money off of the shit. He should have shelved them. He should have took the trademark and made sure that this motherfucker couldn't make any money off of it. But that's not what he did. Because Austin's dad, chest out, said he's trying to say some racist shit for some virality, to try to annoy, to try to fuck with people. So you went out of your way to chest out, say some racist shit after saying you forgive. He says he has forgiven Karmelo Anthony because it would damage him and it would rot him from the inside if he didn't forgive him. The forgiveness was for him. Meanwhile, you're taking out your anger from the situation, your disdain for Karmelo Anthony out on the rest of black people in general by making a blanket racist statement purposely to try to incite some sort of rage from black people.
Drew Anthony, you're a coward, and you raised one. Kayla, you drunk.
Now he's shit-talking the parents, the father and the mother.
What'd you do to that boy to make him stab somebody? My God, what kind of mother are you? Hey, Kevin Hayes, you fucking liar. Day after it happened, how many lies did you sit and type up on your keyboard, you big keyboard warrior? You a big tough man. You still live in Baton Rouge? Remember you said you'd come to Frisco, buddy? You're supposed to find me. I told you we could sit down and talk. That's all you do. Talk, Mr. Squeaky Clean. You're the only one in your family without a damn record. I guess that's something to brag about in your culture. You people hang your hat on the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
You people?
Get dude off the screen.
Oh, God.
Get dude off the screen, man. Who the fuck is that?
Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you? I hope he enjoyed his first night in that cell last night, because he's going to have many nights to think about what the fuck he did.
Now, I would not advise him to come to the internet and try to antagonize folks like the internet is not undefeated. He would absolutely get cooked. They'll make various nicknames for your dead child. I don't think that is optimal. I don't suggest this route that you're going, sir. It's pathetic.
I forgave him, so I don't carry the hate and the anger.
All right, you motherfucker.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
You lying piece of shit. Who the fuck are you lying to, nigga? Come on, man. The fuck are we doing out here?
So I don't get ate up like cancer and kills you from the inside. It's like me drinking poison and hoping it kills you. It doesn't work that way.
Well, you're trying it, sir. You are attempting it right now.
You gotta let that stuff go or it will kill you. It will eat you up inside.
What do you think this was? What do you think this video display was? Your flagrant racism. This crash out. What do you think this does for your life, sir? This speech should have been off air to yourself in the mirror before you thought about going on air. You dumb son of a bitch.
So when people ask me, how can you forgive him? If I didn't, I would have wound up killing him and going to prison myself. That's how stupid people, when you get irrational, because you can't make a good decision if you're emotional. Emotion and intellect do not mix. If you're emotional, you can't come up with a logical solution.
Yeah, somebody should have told him that anger is an emotion, and he's clearly still angry as he cusses out various folks, crashes out, says various racial comments, unaware of himself, completely oblivious of his own activity. This is why he raised a bully who ended up under the dirt because of his activities. It's like, what are y'all doing, man? What are y'all doing? Come on, man.
This daddy ain't worth me risking my relationship with my Jewish friends because they see his son as a murderer.
Wasn't this guy on the front lines? Race grifting it up. Last year, he was in a Confederate flag. Now he was front lines trying to defend Karmelo Anthony and his father and his kid. Now he's switching, flip-flopping.
And he is a convicted murderer. He never took the stand to explain his side of the story. So he looks cold. That's why they gave him 35 years. We don't know your side. And you look like you're a cold killer.
But you were on his side and you were raising money.
And for you to sit there before we sentence you and you're there by yourself, that means your family must not care about you either. The courts will treat you different if you sentence a nigga, your dad and mama ain't there.
You think his father didn't know or he just missed it?
At interview with daddy, he called you, did he?
Yeah.
Didn't.
I don't know if there's any air conditioning in the room or you're hot or something, but keep that hat on, sir. Keep that motherfucking hat on, sir. I don't know what the hell was going on when you lifted up that hat, but keep that motherfucking hat on, sir.
You're a victim.
There we go, CSI.
When we hang up, nigga, call the nigga and ask nigga why you didn't go to your son's sentencing. I don't know.
You was there?
I don't know why they're not.
You know what I'm saying? Were you there?
I ain't finna go with him, nigga.
So he wasn't at the sentencing. He's speaking on who wasn't at the sentencing based on hearsay.
Why would I go there? He ain't
went to
my
the trial,
son.
right?
I ain't go to the trial. I ain't got time to stop making money to go get patch shirts and take a chance on getting arrested with a bunch of people out there hollering.
So you don't have time to go to the trial, but you invested. Wait, hold up. You said he gave Austin money at first? Austin Metcalf? You mean Austin's family money? Hey, yo, what? This guy's all over the place, man. He's flip-flopping all over the place.
Why would I do that, my nigga?
So how you know his father wasn't at the scene?
Folks want to make fun of this. They go wear them at work, at their family reunion. Hey, I got the watermelon Felon, and it was a great turn for him to come up.
So you don't think you owe Jeff some money?
Who?
Jeff come up with that.
But he didn't trademark it. So like anything else in business.
That's a good thing, though. A black man finally came up.
I can trademark your name if you ain't got a trademark.
Yeah, I'm already on point.
Yeah, no, nigga, so I trademarked that word.
Yeah.
And guess what, nigga? Guess who gave me the picture?
Jeff?
Nah. AI already took that word from Jeff. And guess what image with? Karmelo. When I asked my guy to create me a design, he couldn't hear me. I said, watermelon felon, he couldn't hear me. We hung up, came back, AI gave the picture to his phone.
AI, everyone's making things. Man, come on, man, get this shit out of here. Shout out to NYC Femi Love with the $5 super chat. She said, thanks for your hard work. Well, shout out to you.
They made him that.
So the shirt's been selling?
Yeah. It ain't been 24 hours. It ain't been 8 hours they've been selling. Wow, that's a hell of a marketing tool. White people want to buy them.
So because white people want to buy them because they're practicing flagrant racism, buying watermelon felon shirts, you're selling them. You took it from Austin Metcalf's father. Now, or you took the idea and the phrase from him because he was trying to be racist. Now you are leading the campaign to try to financially come up off of this. This is filthy work. This is race grifting at its finest.
Like, I can't breathe. They want to make fun of that, nigga. And I'm making fun of it, making money.
Right.
My mama mad at me.
Why?
She said, son, you was just ready to die for the family. How can you switch like that? I told her, easy.
This is disgusting work. You told your mother easy? She said, how can you switch like that? You were just about to die for this family. Now you're switching like that? Now, he is a snitch, but I don't have the sound effect for a snake. But this is disgusting work, bruh.
Right.
My mama mad at me.
Why?
She said, son, you was just ready to die for the family. How can you switch like that? I told her, easy. I can do it easy. When they sent me where as a little boy, I had to switch like that. I learned how to do that as a kid. Cause I was just like Karmelo. Had to be sent far away, nigga. And the emotion had to flip. So I can do it easy. I can like you today and not like you tomorrow.
Stop it. Get some help.
Bitch, who raised you?
Easy. Your woman can hate you today and love you tomorrow. Love you today, and it's easy to flip your emotions. So it all depends on what you tell yourself. And I tell myself, if I don't like you, I don't like your kids either. That's what my mama told me. If somebody don't like me, what makes you think I believe you like my kids? So I'm the drive-by. I don't give down your kids and I f you. So I had to detach, and I'm detached now. It was hard to do comedy. It was hard to go on thinking about Karmelo. Now I can just sell them shirts and ain't gotta think about it goddamn ass. Because when I think about him now, I got a watermelon over his face. And I don't see that innocent little kid no more. I see a watermelon felon now. Psychological.
Because you're making money? Now you see, this is nasty work. Why did folks ever provide this guy a platform to propel this dude? There's folks that swear by this dude talking about community activism, and he's really about people. He's really about our people. This is shameless grifting, selling out, switching sides. You were on the front line. Your mother's disappointed, saying you were willing to die for this dude, and now next day you're selling t-shirts, shaming him, clowning him.
Do you think it would have been wise or smart on Carmelo Anthony part if he checked it to PC?
The Aryan Brotherhood don't have no power in Texas. White boy get f***ed I heard that white boys pussies, they get on in prison. No. He high profile. These people know he was just at home with his family just 24 hours ago. They're not gonna put him in population, homie. They're gonna put him in they gonna check him in the PC, for one, to watch him and make sure he don't kill himself.
I stood in front of black people, and I stood in front of that family, and I looked them in their eyes, and I told them one of the best thing they could have did was gave us all white jewelry.
I feel stupid for even calling you, trying to make you believe what I believe. Because I really believe that, fam. I went against my own people trying to convince black people white people is good, homie. But all white people ain't bad. Why? I ain't never met a bunch of bad white people. So when I saw all white jewelry, I called you and told you, have no fear. White people ain't that bad. I had faith in that all white jewelry, didn't I?
Thanks.
Didn't I, man? Listen, I feel horrible because I tried to strengthen your faith with my faith in white people, homie. I told you, man, that white jewelry go do right by us. I told you that, homie, and I believed it. I feel foolish. I feel stupid for even calling you, trying to make you believe what I believe. Because I really believe that, fam. I went against my own people trying to convince black people white people is good, homie. Only to look like a fool in such a case. It's hard to defend. It's hard to defend what we see, homie. When they defend the Chinese man, George Floyd laid on the ground, homie, and didn't flinch, and white people had no compassion for him. So why would I expect them to have compassion for a kid who has epilepsy, like an autistic kid? This kid has saved more children's lives as a kid unintentionally than he ever thrown a punch or had a fight. I paid for a training to teach this kid how to throw a punch last year. The kid don't even know how to throw a punch, man. I paid a trainer to go teach him how to fight. And you know what the trainer said? Homie, fighting ain't in him, he a good kid. Even the trainer said it ain't in him, homie. So he didn't go back to train him no more. Teach him to be good, he a good kid. Damn. Man, I can't believe those white homie, man, listen, we're gonna make it right. And one thing I know about the white man, the only way to beat him is you can beat him with his law. I did. I served time for white man. Bragged about it. I've committed some of the most, ain't got nothing on my record. No felony conviction, no what. And I got a white man. So if white people can do that for me, they'll do it for your son too.
Nigga, you gotta go.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Now, that was Charleston White on the phone with Karmelo Anthony's father prior to him crashing out, switching sides, and doing what he's doing now.
I ain't putting no goddamn money toward that boy. His daddy too goddamn weak for me. I don't like a weak. His dad ain't willing to die, kill, or go to jail for nothing. That nigga wants some bills paid. Karmelo,
that nigga wants some bills paid. And what are you doing? You are milking the situation by selling t-shirts making fun of his son. The grift has become ridiculous. As long as a motherfucker says, hey, I'm getting some money, their dumbass fans will be in the background cheering like some idiots. And I'm like, hey, y'all co-sign this shit? But y'all want to wave your thumb at everybody else? Wagging your finger at other folks, calling out other folks for other shit, but you're constantly disrespecting everybody.
Right to you, if you ever see this video one day, I'd rather stand with the Jeff Metcalf than I would with Karmelo's daddy.
You rather stand with Jeff Metcalf as he cooks you and says various racist things chest out. He's aiming to say racist things to try to fuck with people, and you would rather support this motherfucker.
Weak, dark side and conservative. I ain't standing with no weak ass black man. I'm off the case. I'm sending the money back. Go get them weak ass Benjamin Trump here. I'm out.
Shout out to Charleston White. Good.
Shout out to Charleston White, good friend of yours. Oh, we forgot his theme music.
Weak ass black man. I'm off the case. I'm sending the money back. Go get them weak ass Benjamin Trump here. I'm out.
Shout out to Charleston White, good friend of mine. And, you know, we've done a lot of interviews. Matter of fact, I think I'm about to bring Charleston in. It's time for a new interview. We haven't done an interview in a while, but...
Dusty motherfuckers like him. Dusty motherfuckers like him that are well aware of his rhetoric, well aware of his flip-flopping, well aware of his destructive commentary, well aware of his heinous acts and heinous sayings that he says about people in various communities. He was talking about graping white women. He was talking about graping Asian women. He was talking about assaulting black women for talking. He has the dustiest, the most absolute dustiest digital footprint, and you constantly want to platform him with your, how much subscribers does this motherfucker have? Damn near 2 million subscribers, and you want to constantly platform him? These coons?
Nigga, you gotta go. The fuck is wrong with you?
Let me speak specifically to what he's talking about. It's so funny because I talked to Charleston on a live stream last week, and I'll also drop that in this video. So I talked to Charleston on a live stream last week, and he was so passionate about this situation. Now, I'm going to support my guy no matter what the situation is, right? And I think that everybody else know what my position is on this whole Karmelo Anthony case.
So you're going to support this guy no matter what situation it is, but did you guys forget? He forgot already. Did y'all remember that they fell out? Not that long ago, Charleston White was dissing Anton. This motherfucker forgot. This nigga will switch up on anybody. If it's not convenient, he ain't making enough money off you, it's fuck you, nigga. I don't know why these folks got it confused. So this is pathetic, man. This level of meat hugging for the clout, Anton, is just filthy work. It's filthy work, man.
As well as the whole Cyrus Carmack situation. But
well, he's defending the Asian store owner, isn't he? I've seen videos about that. Man, this is pathetic, man. How do you defend a store owner talking about a kid stole a water bottle as he's running or he's walking out the store? You chase him with your son. You shoot him. The excuse is he had a gun on him. Why are you chasing a motherfucker and shooting them in the back? Nigga could have had a gun, a sword, some grenades and shit. It doesn't fucking matter what he had on him. You shot him in the back as he's running away. Child. He didn't even steal the water bottle that you allege he stole. So what are we doing out here? He could have stole the water bottle and had a gun on him. Why are you shooting him in the back as he flees? You're a judge, jury, executioner out here, and then you're getting away with that? Nothing, no time, walking away? Bro, what are we doing out here, man? America, who you fooling, bruh?
I spotted that a while ago. You know what I'm saying? I actually talked to the father on the phone, and it seemed as though my takeaway from this situation was, I don't know why he's doing these interviews because that doesn't help his son. You know, like I didn't understand why he was doing some of the things and taking some of the positions that he was taking when it came to what was being communicated on behalf of his son, knowing that his son not only had just got sentenced to 35 years, and I didn't understand why he had hired or brought in civil rights people when this case first turned out, instead of trying to find the best lawyer possible. I would, regardless of where you stand on this case, right or wrong, right? For me, as a man and as a father, if I truly believed that my son was innocent, if I truly believed that my kid was innocent and that I needed to defend them, I'm going all out. I'm leaving it all on the floor, all on the table. I will go broke. I can always get some more money. I can always figure that out later, but I can't limit the resources or what I can put into my child. And I'm going to be there at the sentencing. And I got a completely different video of people talking about him not even being there at the sentencing.
Was he at the sentencing or not? We don't have video of in the courthouse at the sentencing to verify, but that has been the rumor online. I'm not sure if he was at the sentencing or not. If his father was not at the sentencing, that's terrible. Your father's not there and you're getting this?
Bad news, they gave you life.
Well, give him 35 years, but you don't want to hear that shit. Your father's not even there to support. Your family's not there at the sentencing. That makes you look way worse in the court's eyes. You don't have your family support there?
But the fact of the matter is, it seems like he's there so that he can become famous, so he can become, and I'm not saying that this is true, but this is what it seems like. It seems like he's there so he can become famous, or he can try.
Once again, these niggas love to spread misinformation or disinformation because it's purposeful misinformation spreading. So to feed their narrative. We see Myron doing it all the time as he tries to defend Chud. Just creating narratives, lying through his teeth. I'm like, bro, what are we doing out here? Like, nigga, did you even read the case? You just coming out here with this headcanon lying. Folks love to do that to create a narrative. So let's get into this.
Try to figure out what to do with the money instead of focusing more of his energy on making sure that his son. I've seen more people more passionate about people that they didn't know than the father has been about the son. And I don't know why they had held a press conference in the beginning. I don't know, what the intention was for how he's now doing all of these interviews, knowing that he has to file for an appeal. It's a weird situation, right? And to even see Charleston, who I know is a really, really good, fierce friend of them. And again, I'm going to drop this video from the Millionaire Morning Show over here so that you guys can see how passionate he was about them. To see him fall out with them actually speaks a little bit more to me, in my opinion, than him, the father, standing up for his son and his.
When we're going to witness how passionate he was in this video as he's putting on an Oscar performing, this Oscar performance that he puts on via phone when he calls Anton acting distraught and enraged and all these several different emotions as it relates to this case. As we've seen the switch up from the first footage we've seen earlier in this live stream, it's night and day. How do you switch up that much? But we're going to get into it in a second.
Weird. Yo, C, I'm on a live stream. What's going on, big dog?
Oh, man, I'm in the closet crying. Homie, this kid is innocent. I've been with this family since day one.
You are in the closet crying because this kid is innocent. That's what you said. Let me put in a timestamp so I don't forget it. Chat's moving quite slow, so I'm pretty sure I'll still be able to see this shit. Give me a second. All right, so remember what he just said.
It's weird. Yo, C, I'm on a live stream. What's going on, big dog?
Oh, man, I'm in the closet crying. Homie, this kid is innocent. I've been with this family since day one.
This kid is innocent. I've been with this family since day one.
He never took the stand to explain his side of the story. So he looks cold. That's why they gave him 35 years. This daddy ain't worth me risking my relationship with my Jewish friends because they see his son as a murderer. And he's a convicted murderer. He never took the stand to explain his side of the story. So he looks cold. That's why they gave him 35 years. We don't know your side, and you look like you're a cold killer. And for you to sit there before we sentence you and you're there by yourself, that means your family must not care about you either.
This has to be a level of mental illness that you can go from being so passionate, talking about you are crying in a closet because he was innocent and you've been with the family the entire time, to switching up, dropping that in. That interview dropped today where he's saying those comments about Karmelo Anthony's case. Like, how do you switch up that fast? How does that make sense?
Oh, man, I'm in the closet crying. Homie, this kid is innocent. I've been with this family since day one.
You talking about the Karmelo Anthony kid?
I was calling you with the dad on the phone. I want you to interview them. How my neighbor spoke on it. Man, I've been with the family since this happened because I went against the family.
I can bring him on tomorrow. You talk the dad of Karmelo Anthony?
Yeah, Karmelo dad. I want you to interview the mom and dad. This kid has no blemish. He's a real lamb. When we think about the lamb, he's a real lamb. Fleece is white as snow. He has no blemish. He has no blemish, homie. They wouldn't even let the fact that these two white boys, 6-something, almost 200 pounds, are trained mixed martial artists. You got one on one side. These boys are barhand destroyers. The one he killed broke his daddy collarbone. These kids have a reputation of sexual misconduct, drugs, alcohol, guns. They are terrifying.
That is
That's why
that
they
is
keep
down
us in such
down in
shit.
the area where you was born and raised too.
I've been here. I told every black person in the beginning, I won against the family. You know why? When I looked on the press conference when that killing happened, he's standing with a bunch of civil rights activists, civil rights lawyers, not criminal. I got
Talking
some
about the father
goddamn man
and the
I'm there.
son.
The black, they don't know where to get a lawyer from. They've never been in trouble before.
Yeah.
The lawyers showed up. Why? Because the black people came with a narrative that white people hadn't put out yet, that this was about race.
Mm.
We did this to that family, nigga. All the niggas that claim brought race into this wasn't a racial issue. This was a bullying issue. This was a school bullying issue. It had nothing to do with race. Two white boys bullying a new nigga that was favorable to everybody. They said he wasn't supposed to be under their tent. He had every right to be under their tent. He was just under the same tent last week with these same kids.
How's that one strike?
He never took the stand to explain his side of the story. So he looks cold. That's why they gave him 35 years. We don't know your side. And you look like you're a cold killer.
Instead of
the fact that these two white boys, 6-something, almost 200 pounds, are trained mixed martial artists. You got one on one side. These boys are bar-hand destroyers. The one he killed broke his daddy collarbone.
Night and day. How are we speaking about him? Oh, he doesn't know their side. Now, back then, he was bullied. He was this. He was that. The situation was dire. Now, we're selling this t-shirt. He's a watermelon felon. He looked like a criminal. He didn't give his side. He's just switching sides, and it has to be some sort of mental disorder.
These kids have a reputation of sexual misconduct, drugs, alcohol, guns. They are terrifying.
that is
That's why
that
they
is
keep us in
down
such
down in
shit.
the area where you was born and raised too.
I've been here. I told every black person in the beginning, I won against the family. You know why?
My bad. We heard this. We heard this already, but I'll play it again.
When I looked on the press conference when that killing happened, he's standing with a bunch of civil rights activists, civil rights lawyers, not criminal. I got
Talking
some
about the father
goddamn man
and
I'm
the
there.
son.
The black, they don't know where to get a lawyer from. They've never been in trouble before.
Yeah.
The lawyers showed up. Why? Because the black people came with a narrative that white people hadn't put out yet, that this was about race.
Mm.
We did this to that family, nigga. All the niggas that claim brought race into this wasn't a racial issue. This was a bullying issue. This was a school bullying issue. It had nothing to do with race. Two white boys bullying a new nigga.
So it has nothing to do with race, and now in the current date, you're selling watermelon felon t-shirts because Austin Metcalf's dad, Jeff Metcalf, intentionally went on air and tried to make a racist statement chest out for virality. So you're taking that statement, putting it on a shirt to sell to white folks because you say these racist white folks want to buy this t-shirt. So as you said, it's already selling, and you are just prime race grifting now.
That was favorable to everybody. They said he wasn't supposed to be under their tent. He had every right to be under their tent. He was just under the same tent last week with these same kids. You know who wasn't at the tent? The Metcalf brothers. Why? They were the ones suspended. So that's why the narrative come in saying Karmelo was suspended. He wasn't supposed to be on the tent. No, the Metcalf brothers were suspended a week prior. That's why when they showed up, they had...
Nah, I got shadow banned again. I don't know what's happening. I see my last live stream have less impressions than the views of my prior live stream. I don't know when the hell I got slapped in the shadow ban realm, but it is what it is. This happens once in a while on YouTube.
Seeing the nigga. Everybody else was comfortable with it being there, except the two bullies who scared everybody. The coach didn't give them permission to run nothing. Children can't run anything over children, and this is other schools here. The Metcalf brothers was just coming back to school from their suspension. from the track meet, the coach texted him to keep good leadership, not run nothing.
Yeah.
They had to use that text to make it like they gave him authorization. How would Karmelo know he has authorization to tell him to move and he's physically trying to move me?
Yeah. Yeah, I talked to the father.
I'm starting. So hear me out. These black people, these civil rights lawyers, this is what we do to one another. The Ben Crumps, the Lee Marys, all these motherfucking people y'all think somebody, nigga, they play they ambulance chasers. That black man and his family, black people throughout the country, gave their money and not their hearts and attention to this family.
No, you can't be that. That's hypocritical. That's hypocritical.
Bro's just describing himself. You never really cared about the family. You cared about the money that you could have made off of this. You're out here clout chasing, talking about, oh, you're making money off of this. You're laughing. You don't give a shit. You switch sides. You told your mother it was easy for you to switch sides because you're making money off of these shirts. This is despicable, bro.
And they raised a GoFundMe up so high. They made this family a target to every black lawyer, civil rights. Look, they got $800,000 in a GoFundMe. They could never get the right kind of lawyer. Why? They paying for the money, and that's what happened to this family. So you got the black community activists go out to a redneck town with a liberal mindset, liberal lawyers, with no power in this cracker town. You got to go get a good boy from now. They got somebody from the outside to go fight inside. And none of them people in that courtroom respected them docile ass crackers in there.
I just spoke with I was just talking with Sean Kent. Sean Kent is the lawyer. I just interviewed him on a live. You on a live too, C, just to let you know.
You told him that at the beginning of the call.
So let me finish it because I gotta get this out, homie.
No, go ahead. Do your thing.
Black people did this playing racism. It took away from the fact that these was actually two children and not two racist boys. These was two children at a sports event. Have you noticed we haven't heard no children speak, whether they need counseling, therapy for the aftermath of a death in front of them? They went out there and silenced every kid. And it made kids change their story. Why? Everybody's testimonies was changed from the original statements given to the police. How can a kid have a murder case and he never stood up to kill anybody? He stood up out of fear and ran. Well, where did he run to? Directly to the arms of a school teacher with tears in his eyes, asking, is this white boy okay? He initially, every police report that they got said this kid had tears with empathy and compassion. But this is what I'm saying, and I sit in this closet to hide my tears from myself.
You're sitting in this closet to hide your tears from your son.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
It's not very consistent with your switch up that we've just witnessed. I'm not going to go back to it. Maybe I do a clip to show people when I clip this up, maybe. But if y'all seen it earlier, the shit he was saying, it's night and day. This is pathetic. This Oscar performance, it's like, bro, we can see right through it, bro. It's great acting. But no.
I stood in front of black people, and I stood in front of that family, and I looked them in their eyes, and I told them one of the best thing they could have did was gave us all white jewelry. He said, why? Because you can't make me believe 12 white people's hearts would be so cold at one time. Because I know how they get the jewelry pool. They get teachers, they get nurses, they get doctors, they get people who have compassionate spirits. I wouldn't believe in my heart and my mind that white people are that evil. So I told black people, man, they ain't finna do that. I sit in silence. How can I defend any white person?
This is more race grifting. More race grifting. Evil. They were compassionate people. You didn't think the compassion could have went to the person that died? They're all white, no, but like this, the logic of this is just horseshit. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, stop the fucking cap.
When every time they kill, they find a justification for it. Trayvon Martin didn't have no weapon. White people don't feel the same about George Zimmerman that they do about the kid Karmelo Anthony. There's a journalist named Jim Lane stood outside the courtroom all week long, publicly saying if he walk out of there innocent, they're gonna shoot him in the head. So I sit in my prayer closet, God said that's why I had to let him be guilty. They were gonna kill him. They were gonna kill him, homie. They were gonna kill that baby. They was gonna kill him. They made declarations outside of the courtroom. And what was black people online arguing by each other? This family have moved 8 times in less than 2 years from death threats. They got so serious, they found out what kind of car Karmelo Anthony drives. He drives a red Jeep. They started riding and scavenging neighborhoods looking for the Jeep. I bought the Jeep so I can drive it and can find me and not kill one of them white boys. And I made him come after me.
How do you go from the son was being bullied, the parents were getting death threats, they had to move several times during this, you needed to defend them, black folks were online talking but they're not doing anything, blah blah blah, to the father's too weak, he's too docile, he's not standing up for his kid, I don't want to defend somebody like this. Now you're selling the shirts, making fun of the kid. Make it make sense. Like, you don't go from this type of passion to supporting somebody to flipping completely, talking about he's guilty, he did nothing to defend himself, to make himself look innocent, blah blah. Like, the rhetoric is just insane.
You can have some risk. I ride around in the Jeep, letting the I got Karmelo's Jeep. I bought it.
You bought the Jeep?
I bought the Jeep because they've been riding around looking for it. They can't sit outside the hood. White people were discovering everywhere they live, homie. His dad was a high-end car salesman at Mercedes-Benz, one of the top in the nation. They started going up to the job playing like they want to buy a car, get in the finance department and bring up the murder. So he lost his job. He called me crying. I made him my road manager just to give him some money to help him pay bills. But I got him on the road with me away from his family. Who protected his family? His son, his mama, his daughter. Homie, you can't be on the road with me, but I'm going to help take care of you.
Was they able to use some of the GoFundMe money in order to help support themselves?
Man, they stopped it. Why? Because the white media on Twitter saying that they were buying mansions.
They stopped their GoFundMe money?
They stopped the GoFundMe money because they say they were buying mansions. White people attack this family like we seen like no other Jim Crow. I used to say racism was not alive in America. Racism is thriving in America. Why? It's embedded into the fabric, into the hearts of white people. It ain't in us. Hate is not in us. We're responding to hate, so we look hateful. White people are over us. They can do to us whatever they want to do to us. They can go back to raping our women, and a jury can say, hey, they find mitigating factors for the people. And the only way to beat the white man is with his law. This kid went to law school because I failed. He was out on bond for murder. He graduated high school, my nigga, and went to go be a lawyer for Mr. Charleston. And the kid studied all year long. Every book I gave him, he read. That's a good kid. When you talk about fleece white as snow.
Is this fraudulent performative tears that I'm hearing?
Crying to me, and I'm not having that.
That's Karmelo Anthony, not those 2 white boys that died. They found a reason to justify George Floyd killing. They found a reason to justify everybody who they kill us. And we're never right with white people. We are never right with white people if we don't play white. Because white is right.
I had no sound? What had no sound? Shit. Something had no sound? Did I mute something instead of pausing something? Now, this was academics responding to the Cyrus Carmack Belton case, that's the case I was more interested in, because a 14-year-old kid was shot in the back. The store owner was let off not guilty after shooting a 14-year-old in the back. Yeah, he had a firearm on him, Did he discharge the firearm? Was he pointing it in the direction of the store owner? Was the store owner's life ever at risk? No, he shot him in the back. He was running the opposite direction. There's no self-defense in that. You're chasing the motherfucker. But America is different. America is different. So, yeah, man, it is what it is with that. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand why more folks aren't focused on that case, to be honest. Because Karmelo Anthony already got sentenced to 35 years. Folks are talking about his legal team and X, Y, and Z. I'm like, y'all should have been more focused on the legal team while the trial was going on. I didn't get any details, real details into that case. I'm like, everyone was just sensationalizing and selling narrative for grift. And I'm like, why are you all grifting a real case with somebody's life on the line and a kid already dead from the incident? I'm like, that's fucked up. But I want to get into the rest of that Charleston White interview because he said a lot more that contradicts everything he said on Anton's panel, but I only chopped up a few clips because those were the most damning things I heard while it was live today. But let me just pull up that actual interview. Let's see where that shit is.
A ride, nothing, a cigarette. Texas had posted one. So I'm telling black people, y'all don't give a what I say about kids, because y'all really care.
Now I'm muted? When was I muted? Oh, God damn it. This is... I'm seeing muted, but then I heard everything. Which one is it? Some Charleston White shit.
About kids, y'all will be saying something about the kid they got killed out there at the track meet. Black people ignored that. When black people found out that it was a white kid, that a black kid gets a white kid, they immediately started giving to the GoFundMe. So at the time, I was doing a stream with Aiden Ross, and I was telling Aiden about it. And so Aiden donated $10,000 to the Metcalf family. And shout out to Aiden for doing that. I was under the impression at the time that Karmelo had brought a knife to school. So in my mind, if you bring a knife to school, and I don't give a damn if you're being bullied, I don't give a who you afraid of at school, you need to tell somebody. I don't give a fuck. You walk by too many adults throughout the day going to school, you should tell somebody. So in my mind, this is first degree premeditated murder by a kid on another kid. This kid should get the max. That's what my stance at first, right? Mm-hmm. And you're talking to a guy who was the CEO of one of the most highly recommended youth organization in the state of Texas, which is Hyped About Hype Youth Outreach, was highly recommended to all 254 counties throughout the state of Texas by the Texas Juvenile Justice Department. I founded and ran that organization. So
now, what he keeps doing is he keeps using his past as a community activist to bolster his current grift. It's like Dr. Umar Johnson. He used his past as an educator, as somebody that was actually on the front lines in supporting black issues. It uses that to constantly bolster his grift for his school that's never opening. Oh yeah, we got it fixed up. We're just decorating now. You're decorating what? You're putting lipstick on a pig, nigga. That shit ain't ever passing inspections. There's mold in the walls. So when I look at Umar Johnson, I'm like, yo, he just keeps doing this grift. This motherfucker keeps using his political or his social activism in the past to try to keep grifting some more money. You're selling shirts from saying watermelon felon, sir, after representing this kid. After being so passionate on the phone crying, saying you're hiding from your child crying in the closet because he got convicted. On the phone with Anton Daniels, fellow coon.
To train all the state's juvenile correction officers. It's not a county probation department where I hadn't went and trained the youth development. So, nigga, I create youth program for the state of Texas. So this is my specialty. Not only that, I partner with one of the most powerful and one of the top 5 best murder death penalty attorneys in the nation. And that's a guy by...
Okay, what the hell's going on? Am I seriously on mute? I'm seeing sound. when I look, I see my full sound waves. I don't hear myself because that would be fucking annoying. But man, hold up, let me see this shit. Damn, man. I'm killing the whole flow of the show just trying to make sure I can be heard. Yo, come on, Wi-Fi. What kind of dog shit is this? Load the damn video, bruh. Yeah, man, I can hear myself now. Yeah, man, come on, man. Oh, let me see this.
My kids, Ross, I was in your
The activist to bolster his current grift. It uses that to ever past activism in the past to try to keep from your child crying. Nah, man. Y'all gotta fix y'all devices, man. I'm just listening to it back on my phone. I'm listening to it on my phone. I don't know if y'all can hear me if it's going right through the mic again, but like I can hear everything. It's not spotty with the audio. Everything seems like everything's going through the reactions.
The name of Mitch Nolte.
Dude's playing with me. Y'all about to lose some wrenches if y'all playing with me, man.
I met Mitch Nolte through a lady who does criminal defense mitigation by the name of Shannon Ross. So along with myself, Miss Ross and Mitch, we've saved plenty of children who've had violent crimes out of Collin County. So this would have been our specialty. Mitch is from Collin County. Shannon knows the judges. I've actually worked in the Collin County courts with the juvenile judges. So I've been there saving kids. So this was my specialty. I believe it was first degree murder had he took a knife to school because he was bullied, right? Mm-hmm. So I say a few days later, maybe a week later, I get a call from a friend and says that the dad wants to book me. The dad wants to pay me $3,000. I think it was $3,000 or $4,000. The dad wants to pay me $3,000 or $4,000 to meet with me.
Who dad?
Karmelo's dad.
Okay.
Well, I'm a businessman. He could be booking me for a killing. He could be booking me for a killing.
So this getting the whole story makes this more nasty. So you were thinking first degree murder. Karmelo's dad calls you, offers you some money. All of a sudden, you switch your tune completely because some money?
Nigga, I meet up with him, get the money, and I keep the money. I listen to him, I look him in his eyes, and I listen to his story. His story made more sense.
It made more sense now that you got some money? And why the hell did Karmelo Anthony's dad seek out Charleston White to pay him money? Was it for the influence in social media? That's not gonna help in the criminal court. Like you actually need some lawyers. You're gonna he should have spent that money on retaining a better attorney. Why did he seek Charleston White's help for? I don't get this.
His story made more sense.
Or the son.
Yeah, it made more sense than what the media was projecting and propagating. You know what really made me not like the father in the beginning?
Why?
And what made me not like the family? He let his wife do all the talking at the press conference. Not only that, he showed up in front of the world when his son had killed the white kid in Collin County. He showed up in front of the world with Dominique Alexander and civil rights lawyers. They called me. Attorney Cole called me and said, "Hey, Charleston, can you help us promote the GoFundMe?" Nope. I gave it to the white folk, the white family, and keep it wrong. I know once I see certain figures, once I know I see certain black figures and black faces, Lee Merritt, Benjamin Crump, Jasmine Crockett, Dominique Alexander, nigga, all these run together. Kim Cole, nigga, all these, Freddie Haynes.
He clearly didn't know what he was doing. He reached out to you, sir.
All these are the hooks and crooks to run together. Nigga, they playing for the money. Being Crump them, but you know who was the mastermind leader? The white boy Sean King. Sean King probably ran off with $1 billion from the Black Lives Matter donation and getting his cut. So once I saw Dominique, I said, man, they playing, homie. Nigga, so I had a disdain when I saw the family with these people. Nigga, man, come to find out they not from here. They don't know nobody from here. Family never been in trouble. This man and his wife never been in trouble. They've never had a son or child, so they don't know what to do. These ambulance chasers went out there and brought them to the lawyers like they always do during a police shooting. Why do you think during a police shooting you always see Ben Crump or Lee Merritt? You don't see no other lawyers.
So the father has never been in trouble. The mother has never been in trouble. The son has never been in trouble. Karmelo has no priors to this?
No other lawyers. In the last 15 years, how much money can you think them niggas done gathered in pocket? You ain't seen no other lawyers. So what they do, they get a community activist, a leader like Dominique Alexander, reach out to the family, and that's how they get the lawyer connection, because it's unethical for the lawyer to pursue it. They got somebody on post, hey man, go down there and get with that family. I used to stop him in Fort Worth. So they've always been my rivals. Cause I wouldn't let them come. I used to expose them when they come to Fort Worth. Because one thing about people can always say about me, as long as I've been working and dealing with the people, I've never asked for $1. Not one time. I've never asked for $1, nigga. I've never posted my cash out. I've never created a GoFundMe. Why? The strongest man in the land is the man who wake up and ain't got to ask nobody for a thing. Not a...
You've never asked for $1.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Now, I don't even want to reference various sources, videos, or other folks' issues you've had over money and requesting money. We're just going to leave that alone because this is just a flagrant lie.
Job, sugar, a ride, nothing. A cigarette, nothing. Strongest man in the land. So what I learned to do is to say what I'm gonna do. And because of my character and credibility, people give to what I say I won't give to.
Character and credibility. He went up on No Jumper and Vlad TV and admitted to saying, he admitted that he just says stuff for clout and attention. He says heinous, fucked up shit, admits to shit that's not true, says things for attention and clout. So when people talk about credibility and then you also have confessions and videos where you're saying things for attention and clout, do I have to pull up the video where this guy was wearing a full Confederate flag it wasn't even like he wasn't wearing a Confederate flag. He was wearing an outfit that was designed in a Confederate flag, and then he had a Confederate flag on top of that outfit. So I'm like, bro, what are we doing out here? Like, you do the dumbest shit performatively, and then you expect us to take you serious as an activist.
So, yeah, nigga, so the dad paid me I think it was $3,000 or $4,000. I think he paid me $3,000 or $4,000.
Dad paid you $3,000 or $4,000. We got that established.
Told me the story. I believed him. I still believe it. I went and met with the kid. From the time I met that kid have had my heart. This is not a violent kid. This is not a, homie, if I had to describe this kid in a cartoon, I would say this kid is, his fleece is white as snow. Man, just a pure good kid. Smart, intelligent, fragile, frail. Try to seem confident, but self-esteem issues. Dad worked a lot. Dad wasn't always home. Kid don't know how to throw a punch. Articulate, can communicate well, properly, has goals, has aspirations, and being a thug is not one of them. Looking like a thug is not one of them. Behaving like a thug is not one of them. This is one of all our kids. If you can close your eyes, if you have children, if you can close your eyes.
How does he go from this to what he later says in the interview, in which we already reacted to, where he's throwing him completely under the bus. He's cooking his father, and he's talking about Watermelon Felon on a T-shirt that he's selling.
And think of the best kid around your children. That's this kid. So when I met him, I initially connected with him. And I knew he was gonna have a hard time being on bond, so I started putting things in place for him. I had him an MMA coach, shout out to Trent, a boxing coach to go out there. I loaded him up with books. One of the first books I gave him and asked him to read is The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. It talks about the 1 in 3 school to prison pipeline. 1 in 3 school to prison pipeline. 1 in 3 school to prison pipeline.
All right, Dr. Umar Johnson. Wait, what the hell just happened? Whoa, my system just failed.
You don't find that suspicious?
He went to prison from school. 1 in 3 school to prison pipeline. He went to prison from school. Over 50% of children in the state of Texas are not arrested on the streets. They're either referred or come through school. 1 in 3 will go school to prison pipeline. So let me finish. So the dad always seemed, I don't like victims. I don't like people, I talk to victims and talk to them to be victorious. I hate a black man that see himself as a victim. I hate a black man that poor me. I hate.
Cash App is not working. PayPal only. PayPal only. Well, PayPal, Super Chat, obviously. The Super Chat's working. Cash App is not working. I don't know why the Cash App thing is still there. Didn't we remove that several episodes ago? Like, why is it still there?
A docile, subservient, beta male black man. No matter how much respect and likeness I have for you, you can't be that kind of man with me. I hurt your feelings. So I never hurt his feelings, but I was rough with him. See, while everybody talking, there was a time when he needed all these black people with these opinions, all these black lawyers that he said is powerful now. Where was they at then, nigga? They saw you with the same lawyers that you got now. You reached out to all these, but nobody there, nigga. They gave you a GoFundMe when the black lawyers and the black people realized they couldn't get that $600,000. Wasn't nobody there, nigga. The white people went in, and because there was so much controversy, and he had so many oppositions in the white Republican conservative world, they put a halt on that money. Only people could touch that money is the lawyers. He couldn't have no access to it. He couldn't. They would start going up to his job, acting like they wanted to buy a car. Get to the finance guy and say, hey man, this son killed somebody, y'all better get him out of here. The job didn't fire him, but just for the safety, and they had to let him go in the brand. They had to let him go. He called me crying, homie. I ain't no savior, and I don't give a damn about helping another grown man. But because of my heart for his son, I put him in the car with me. And I didn't have a position for him. I made him my road manager. I took over the car payments. When he told me, man, they looking for.
Now, saying all of this just makes it way worse when you say, yeah, it was easy for you to switch up on him. It was easy for you to say, fuck them, fuck the family, fuck everything that you've done, and sell these Watermelon Felon t-shirts because it makes you money. Just listening to all this shit, I'm like, why am I even wasting my time?
Karmelo truck. Karmelo had just had a Jeep, or had a red Jeep. He said, they done put a hit out on Karmelo Jeep. I can't hide it. I said, nigga, I'll take over the payments, and I drive it around and let him look for me. I put the target on me, man. So he said they couldn't sleep, homie. They were moving so much, and
shout out to Gail, that part right there. Bro's talking about he's crying in a closet hiding from his son, but you're calling his father a beta male, whatever the hell you were calling him. Weak beta male. Say, come on, man.
And because because of my heart for my people and because of my heart for this family, they didn't deserve the backlash that they got from the white racist people, the threats, because their son made an impulsive decision. This was not a planned murder. This was not an intent to kill. This was not a well thought out, I want to hurt, this was not it. But white people treated it like it was. Not only did he have to move, the judge who lowered the bond, they haven't brought her up yet. She's in hiding. They started threatening the judge is in hiding, nigga. White folks.
He's all over the place. He is I don't understand. So white folks are treating it a certain way. Black folks treated it like according to Charleston White, this was a case of bullying. Metcalf bullying Karmelo Anthony. This was never about any race stuff, but Karmelo Anthony's father brought all the black activists instead of real attorneys in his corner to make it a race thing. And then the white people are prosecuting Karmelo Anthony as if it's like some sort of racial animus behind it. It's just, for me,
Nigga, now the black judge who they voted in, she no longer is seen anymore. Her life became in danger. So here it is, this black family life is in danger, homie. Didn't you hear that man, didn't you hear Jeff Metcalf say, your mother live in Baton Rouge? We got, nigga, this is still America, nigga, the rural town, nigga. So, man, the called me with tears. Nobody was there because they couldn't get the money. I took care of them. Not that they owe me anything, I never asked for anything, but I put a target on me. So I started going online, fighting everything that was coming after them. Sarah Fields, Jim Lane, the white boy that just got arrested for say go shoot him in the head with the $1 million by now. I made them target me, homie. I started attacking them, saying, man, y'all come after me so this family can sleep and get some peace. I offered to let them stay in my house in Dallas, man, your whole family can stay there. Well, nobody know where it's at. So these people was actively seeking and pursuing them.
So how did you switch so easily? If you were doing all this, why did you switch so easily?
Real white people, nigga. This Texas. So I took this big right. You used to see me coming at Jeep. Mm-hmm. They were looking for his son's Jeep out there. You gotta let my son drive that motherfucker. And I knew I should have did it.
The main thing is, I think a lot of folks turned this case into a race thing for media sensationalism, to grift and race grift. This is race hustling. All this, it's what most folks are doing with this case. They've turned it into it from the start, but there is elements where you can't escape it. Whether there's folks that are hustling out of it, trying to make some grift like Charleston White, or the fact that it is some racial shit, whether we like to accept it or not. It turned into that, whether people are grifting it in the media or not. That's what it turned into.
I would pay him. I'll give my son money, nigga. He Uber eating out in their old neighborhood in the Jeep they looking for. A truck run my son off the road. I ain't said nothing, 'cause I ain't want to scare my mama. It didn't dawn on me, fuck, nigga. This shit serious. What happened to me, ho? I was so mad, he think I'm mad at him. Man, daddy truck run me out. So nigga, I'm invested in this shit. This before now. Where was everybody at the end, nigga? Where was everybody at the end? I'm just paying him just to be paying him. I'm paying the car note, nigga ain't got.
Get dude off the screen.
Oh, God.
Get dude off the screen, man. Who the fuck is that?
If y'all want to watch this interview, it's titled Charleston White exclusive. Get serious about Karmelo Anthony, why he no longer can support the case. He takes entirely too long to get to the goddamn point in this. That's why I used the clips from earlier and highlighted those various points. This is on Terrence Gangsta Williams' channel. Yeah, but we're not doing that. That was not even supposed to be part of the main production, and I see why. Let's get back to this. This is a case that's more relevant to me. I know there's a lot of folks that are jumping out the window on this Karmelo Anthony case, but to be honest, the people that are covering it, they have the witnesses, and they're doing a more in-depth coverage with the witnesses calling in and all that stuff. But I'm like, I'm not getting into the minutia of that case. I'm just gonna keep it a stack. I'm more focused on this case because this case is injustice. Karmelo Anthony's been sentenced to 35 years. Some folks think that he should have got a lesser sentence, should have got a manslaughter, but he got the full 35. Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff Metcalf, is going around saying racist stuff purposely, trying to antagonize folks. I don't understand that. Did you not get justice in the sentencing? He was sentenced to 35 years. You're celebrating him spending nights in jail, but then you're antagonizing folks doing this race war stuff. To me, it makes no sense. You got the justice that you wanted. Like, seal your beak, go in a corner, shut the fuck up. I don't need to hear from this nigga. Cyrus Carmack Belton, the 14-year-old that was shot. I don't know why we're not doing several stories and there's not YouTubers running up the views on this. Because if you're going to grift something, like, actually, like, what are we doing out here? This is injustice. This is the community getting fucked over in a way where, because we're focusing on, oh, Karmelo Anthony's not getting away with murder the way other white folks and other people are getting away with murder. And I'm like, okay, should we not be focused on this 14-year-old that was murdered for allegedly stealing a water bottle? I know that's not the popular thing to say. People are going to be like calling me out for this or doing whatever the fuck they want to do, but I don't give a shit. I'm focused on this. This is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. This highlights the injustice and the racism that we're just allowing a 14-year-old. And what type of excuse did they give? What was their justification in finding this store owner not guilty for chasing down a child and shooting them in the back? He had a gun? Is that good enough? Does that suffice? What do we got here? I spoke to Karmelo Anthony's father, Drew Anthony Neek, at night. Is that more important than this Cyrus Carmack Belton case? I guess we don't have much on this. Yeah, he had a gun. It's like that's a terrible excuse. He wasn't using the gun. He didn't point the gun in a direction. He didn't discharge the gun. He was running in the opposite direction. Justifying killing him is, for me, that's crazy. Let's see this. Where is this? I seen this on my phone. Why did I get the phone notification but it didn't pop up in the Discord? How does that make any sense? Which tab did you share that in? Hold up. This is in timestamp 325. Okay, let me pull this up real quick.
All right. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Neek, and you're...
Hold up, chat.
All right. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. Now, this isn't going to be a long, lengthy live. I just want to give you guys an update. I was put in contact with Karmelo Anthony's father, and I spoke to him 2 times today. I asked if there was anything that he would like to share or be able to say. There's a lot of things that right now, without an attorney, he cannot go into. But what he was able to share with me and allowed me to share with everyone else, he was able to visit Karmelo Anthony today. He is at a place called the Wallace Pack Unit. He went to visit him. The visit lasted for about 2 hours. He said that Karmelo Anthony was in good spirits. And I asked him, I wanted to know if Karmelo Anthony saw everybody who was wearing purple and how he felt about it. And he said that he loved seeing everyone wearing purple. I also asked him, I said, well, I know you can't go into a lot of details, but there is a big thing about whether or not you guys had Mike Howard as a public defender or whether or not he was retained. He said that Mike Howard was retained. Toby Shook, the co-counsel, was also retained, meaning that they were not pro bono and that they did not come on like free of charge. He also said that Toby Shook, the same person that they retained, is the same lawyer that is representing Yellow Beezy. And then he was basically like, he's representing Yellow Beezy. Like, he didn't come on board for us for free type of thing. Anything else going forward, if there's any more updates that I can get from him, I will share those with you guys. But I wanted to clear those things up and be able to let you guys know. Yes, it was the father. I was put in contact with him through the Black Panther Party. They facilitated the call. I talked to him. He was going to come on and say, you know, hello to you guys, but he was like very tired. So I said, listen, I don't want to push you to do anything extra. I understand.
So what is this? We don't got nothing with this.
You guys have had a rough week. And we talked a little bit more about other things. I'm not going to reveal everything to our conversation, but my heart goes out to them. I can't imagine, just like I told him, I can't imagine anything that, like, being in their position, like, you know, everything that they're going through. Somebody said, how can we donate? He's said that he was figuring all of that stuff out as well. So he'll be updating as far as...
At this point, what are folks donating to? He has the Give, Send, Go, help Karmelo. He's been sentenced to 35 years. What are folks giving to at this point? The sentencing happened. What, an appeal?
As that goes as well. But that's all I can share right now. Charleston White, you guys are talking about, is ridiculous. That whole thing with Charleston, like trying to like get people to go against him, I believe that that's ridiculous. Those are my words. I believe that that's ridiculous. The receipts that Charleston White is posting.
Wait, so the Give, Send, Go was taken down? I thought the GoFundMe was taken down. The Give, Send, Go was taken down too? Didn't the person, the CEO of Give, Send, Go said, he made a claim that it didn't matter how polarizing the person may be on Give, Send, Go, they're not going to stop their campaign. When it was the racist white woman who called a 5-year-old black autistic child a nigger. So that person was able to retain their Give, Send, Go because they said by any means we will always keep up campaigns. We're not gonna, you know, fuck over a person in need that has a campaign going. I remember that they were on Piers Morgan. And now they're taking down Give, Send, Goes.
It doesn't even come from the father. It's like just random text messages disparaging the family. We don't even know who the text messages that Charleston White is posting, who they came from. They're not from the family. They're not from the father. And it's saddening. It's very sad to see like other black people join in on the bashing of a family without like the facts. They did not get money and then not pay an attorney. So those are the things that I wanted to say. I will catch you guys up at a later date. If I get any more information like tomorrow or anything like that, I'll let you guys know.
I need some more information as it relates to this case to give my full judgment or defense of anything, because I've heard too many conflicting statements, and I haven't got an official disclosure or anything, so I haven't reviewed the case itself. I've been hearing from other reporters and journalists speaking about the case, talking about the case details, and then they vary from commentator to commentator. So I'm like, what the hell really happened in the case? I need to actually pull up the case. This is one of those ones that if the lead attorney covered, it would have been great. So I got the case files and all the actual facts to the case. Was he being jumped? Was it self-defense? All these different factors and variables. I'm like, he's a kid that has no priors and he's getting 35 and manslaughter wasn't considered. I don't know. I need to know more into the case to jump out and try to defend it, but I'm not going to disparage the family that's trying to help their child in a situation like that. Last time I heard, Drew Anthony and the wife, I don't remember them going out and chest out making racial statements to try to antagonize the white population. The same way Jeff did, although what's his name? Jeff Metcalf. He did that, and then he tried to say, yeah, he forgave Karmelo. He's over it. It was going to rot him from the inside. Then he gets on air and says something flagrantly disrespectful purposely to try to get some sort of reaction of the black community.
And yeah, so that's all for now. I just want to let y'all know that. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you have your notification bells on, and represent with that purple, because Karmelo saw it during the trial and really loved it. So definitely represent with the purple, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Send the family prayers because they're going through a lot. Like, they're going through a lot. They got different people trying to cause messes, disparaging their names, all kind of ridiculous stuff that, you know, is crazy. So they definitely need you guys' prayers. And I'll talk to y'all later.
So she was in the courtroom. She spoke to the father. There was allegations that the father was not at the sentencing. And that's like widespread rumors right now. Charleston White is definitely propagating those rumors a lot more by saying that and perpetuating that narrative. So TLA actually did a breakdown on that, but 11 months ago. So he did it when it was actually relevant, when they were trying the case. A lot of folks are now, there's a lot of folks that I haven't heard cover it while it was going on, but after he got sentenced, they're doing the most coverage of it. And I'm like, that is great and all, because we get some perspective on these things, but a lot of people don't have any insight or information. They're just covering it to cover it. And I'm like, I need some information, bro. Like, what's going on here? But let's get into this.
Did he have a gun?
He did have a gun. It's not relevant. Now we're talking about Cyrus Carmack Belton.
Oh, yeah, somebody yelled that he has a gun. See, that's another thing. I think people like playing like Monday morning quarterback too. Obviously, he shouldn't get shot in the back. But according to how the laws work in certain places of stand your ground, they don't criminalize the fact that they chased after the kid. But once the kid presents a gun, they then don't criminalize the fact that it's still stand your ground and self-defense that you shot him, even if his back is turned.
That makes no sense to me. That's crazy. That's
Both
crazy. But this is the thing about America. Things vary from state to state. Cyrus Carmack Belton was shot in South Carolina. Rick Chow, the Asian store clone, he was let off. This was South Carolina, where Karmelo Anthony stabbed Austin Metcalf. That was in Texas. So different states, different laws, but I thought Texas was a little different than that.
These cases are kind of like, it's not the best cases. Obviously, this should never happen. Let me look into this a little bit. Could I get like a quick... Okay, here we go. No,
owned on Park Lane Road. News 19's Kiki Gushu is now live in the studio.
2023. Authorities over a suspected shoplifting turned deadly. May 28th, 2023. Authorities say 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton was shot down the street from a convenience store on Park Lane Road after store owner Rick Chow suspected him of shoplifting bottled water. Investigators say Chow and his son chased Cyrus toward the Springtree Apartments, where Chow fired a shot into the teen's back, killing him. The next day, Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott addressed the public.
We're charging the owner of the store, Rick Chow, with murder.
Chow turned himself in that afternoon. That same day, the community gathered to protest and hold a vigil near the shooting scene as people mourned Cyrus's death.
Stop for a moment.
Shout out to Pharaoh in the cut with the $5 super chat. Pharaoh in the cut says, why did Charleston White go so hard to support someone he truly felt was a savage murderer? That would be pure evil. Can't blame it on character this time. Charleston White was all over the place. Charleston White is full of shit. Charleston White talks out of both sides of his face. Charleston White said he believed at first that it was murder. And why did the kid bring the knife to the school? And yeah, cut and dry murder. And then he said he got $3,500 from the father. Once he got $3,500 from the father and spoke to the father, he believed everything that the father said about Karmelo Anthony's story. He got down with them, started supporting them, said that he believed Karmelo Anthony and he was a good kid. He didn't know how to throw a punch. He was all the shit that he said that we covered earlier. He was flip-flopping like a motherfucker. So he went to say all that, defended him until he lost, threw the father under the bus, said he was a weak beta male, that he can't get behind victims like him. Then he was caught crying on the phone with Anton, talking about he's hiding in a closet because he doesn't want his son to witness him crying over the verdict of the case, because Karmelo was a good kid and blah, 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 blah. And now he's selling t-shirts talking about watermelon felon. The dad was weak. I could switch just like that. His mother's disappointed in him, but he's still switching just like that. He doesn't want to ruin his relationship with the Jewish people. A whole bunch of nasty work.
Not easy. How's that one?
He never took the shit.
Forgive him if I
out of story. So he looks cold. That's why they gave him 35 years. We don't know your side. And you look like you're a cold killer. And for you to sit there before we sentence you and you're there by yourself, that means your family must not care about you either. The courts will treat you different if you sentence a nigga, your dad and mama ain't there.
You think his father didn't know or he just missed it?
At interview with daddy, he called you, did he?
Yeah.
Didn't when we hang up, nigga, call the nigga and ask nigga why you didn't go to your son's sentencing. I don't know.
You was there?
I don't know why you're there.
You know what I'm saying? Were you there?
I ain't finna go with him, nigga.
He didn't even go to the sentencing. So all this fake hustle, all this protection, you didn't go to the sentencing.
Why would I go there? He ain't my
trial, right?
I ain't go to the trial. I ain't got time to stop making money to go get patch shirts. And
he ain't got time to stop making money. You see this? This is all a grift to make money.
I'm getting rich.
I probably shouldn't have used that drop. But yo, this is all a grift, man. Like, what are you doing?
Take a chance on getting arrested with a bunch of people out there hollering. Why would I do that, my nigga?
So how you know his father wasn't at the scene?
Folks want to make fun of this. They go wear them at work, at their family reunion. Hey, I got the watermelon felon, and it was a great term for him to come up.
So you don't think you owe Jeff some money?
Who?
Jeff come up with that.
But he didn't trademark it. Like anything else in business.
That's a good thing, though. A black man finally came up.
I can trademark your name if you ain't got a trademark.
Yeah, I'm already.
The man said it's a good thing Black Man came up. What he should have done was got the trademark and shelved the product. They wanted to sell T-shirts, Watermelon Felon making fun of him, not just making fun of one specific black individual. Now you're making it an entire racial comment. Now you're making it widespread. Now it's applying to everybody. Now it's, oh yeah, you're making fun of black people. So I'm just like, okay. And you're going to sell those shirts because white people want it, because they want to practice racism, but you're going to make money off of it, so it's all good? All in the name of money?
Right on point.
Yeah, no, nigga, so I trademarked that word.
Yeah.
And guess what, nigga? Guess who gave me the picture?
Jeff?
AI. Oh, we're done with that.
See, that's another thing. I think people like playing like Monday morning quarterback too.
Yo, I forgot to get a timestamp on where we were at. Jesus Christ, I got to stop doing that. Where the fuck we were at with this reaction?
We're charging the owner of the store, Rick Chow, with murder.
Chow turned himself in that afternoon. That same day, the community gathered to protest.
Now, I didn't want to play the...
I'm getting rich.
As I was calling it a grift, because I'm not trying to make people think that I'm calling O'Shea a grifter or whatever when he's getting rich, because I'm like, nah, that I didn't want to relate the two drops. Somebody clip it and try to act like I'm doing something I'm not. Let's see what's going on in the Discord.
And held a vigil near the shooting scene as people mourned Cyrus's death.
Stop for a moment.
Let me hear this guy. He's black.
A 14-year-old African American. And so I'm so wrapped up in my cases in my world, it's sometimes difficult to keep up with all the cases going on. But this, with murder, then the risk of flight is sky high, right? Because you are facing potentially the rest of your life in prison. And so you would have all the incentive in the world, right, to leave the jurisdiction and never come back again, right? So flight risk is always going to be high when a person is facing life. And then with respect to whether you would be considered a danger to the community, obviously, if you take someone's life, then that is going to be evident in his...
All right, this is like a long explanation. Fuck.
Right? Yeah, that was agony. Yo, sometimes I look at the title, I'm like 48 minutes, and it's not a live stream. This is a pre-recorded upload of a motherfucker sitting there for 48 minutes just barring us down. Like, that's going to be entirely too boring. I'm not going.
Is there like no quick breakdown?
Right, nigga? Come on, man.
Everyone on my timeline is shocked by this verdict.
We, the jury, unanimously find the defendant, Chike Rick Chow, as to the charge of murder, not guilty. Fine number 302, foreperson, June the 1st, 2026.
Not guilty of murder, and I've got 3 reasons why this jury...
Okay, so not guilty of murder, but where's the manslaughter at? Where's the secondary and the tertiary charges? See, whenever a black person gets arrested, there's always multiple charges. They're gonna slap on a first degree, a second degree, a manslaughter, and only one person was killed. And it's like, well, I'm getting 3 of these motherfuckers, and it's like, well, we're going through all 3 of them. If we're not getting you on first, we're getting you on second, we're getting you on manslaughter, and then we're getting you on some sort of what is another type of assault type of base charge that's damn near close to murder. They're gonna throw in another one of them damn charges, and one of them are gonna stick, and you're not gonna walk away scot-free like this motherfucker. Like, how do you kill somebody and just back to work next day, same convenience store, guns loaded again? Like, what are we doing out here?
Likely acquitted.
Yeah, like an aggravated assault or something. Like, they'll throw on anything.
This is one of those cases that shocked a community. It sparked outrage because of the victim and the age of the victim. And you see his family after this verdict, and your heart just breaks for what they've gone through, not only after the death of this 14-year-old, but also hearing those words, that acquittal inside of a courtroom.
Number 63, was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict?
I'll get to those 3 reasons why in just a moment. But first, if you don't know this case, here is the overview. A store owner named Rick Chow, he believed what his family told him about a 14-year-old in their store that they believed shoplifted a $1 water bottle. He and his adult son started to chase this 14-year-old Cyrus Belton Carmack 130 yards, and it ended with a fatal shooting and 1 shot to the back of that 14-year-old. Now, the 2 men who started this chase, they said that the boy pointed a gun and that they acted in self-defense. But prosecutors said, yes, the boy did have a gun in his pocket, but that this was not self-defense. This was murder. So my first reason why the jury came back with this decision is, number 1, confusion in the deliberation room. We saw this play out when the jury sent back their questions during those 8 hours that they were deliberating. They had a lot of questions about the law and jury instructions. In this jurisdiction, they did not get those instructions with them in the deliberation room. So every time they had a question about the law and what it meant, they had to come back into the courtroom and hear it read to them, which I think was a mistake. And they were really asking for more help and a copy of those instructions, which they didn't get. They were also rushed. At the end of their deliberations, they at first had asked to go home, and the judge told them to keep going. He didn't want them to be tainted by the media. They came back with a verdict not too long later. But I think the fact that they asked for the definition of murder and malice shows that they may have been struggling with those topics. And that brings me to point number 2. This case was overcharged. Jurors asked for a definition of malice. Likely didn't understand how this could have been malice. So malice aforethought, it is when someone has a diseased mind, an evil mind. They hate the person that they are going after. Often it means it was premeditated, but this case, you do have a chase, you have a shoplifting accusation, but you also have the defendant immediately after shooting this teen starts performing life-saving measures, and he even starts trying to clear his airway with his own mouth, sucking out.
We don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
Was that supposed to be his defense? You shot somebody that was fleeing from you. You shot them in the back, but because you tried to resuscitate them, perform a level of CPR, you did mouth to mouth.
Stick together.
Pause.
And all of a sudden, you're getting off the charge. Why is that relevant? There's all sorts of information in this case that they try to make relevant, but I'm like, it doesn't change the facts and the details at all. Like the facts is you killed somebody or you shot somebody that was fleeing, that was walking away. You chased them, then they started running. We seen it on camera. You lied and said that they pointed a gun at you. Never happened. Never happened. They had a gun on them that was found after they were dead, but he never pointed a gun. You shot the man and you try to resuscitate him so you get away with it. None of it makes sense. Him having a gun on him, not relevant because you shot him and he didn't pull out the firearm and you weren't in danger of anything. He was fleeing. So the firearm, they keep bringing it up as if it's relevant, not relevant. Him trying to resuscitate the victim, not relevant. Why is that relevant? You tried to save somebody that was already dead?
The vomit from this teen. That's something that the defense put on at the end of their case, and I think that was really compelling in front of the jury. If this had been something that was charged as a lesser, let's say a manslaughter, involuntary or voluntary, that may have been easier for these jurors to connect to this defendant. They just didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. This story seems a little bit odd, though.
Yeah.
I get it, like the whole... If he has a gun and you're chasing him, turns it a little bit into like stand your ground. But you shot him in the back.
Yeah, and he was off of your premises. Stand your ground. What ground, my nigga? He's on, like, what are we talking about? He left. He walked away. And then y'all chased him. We seen the footage. So when I'm listening to this, I'm like, this makes no sense. He was found with no water bottle that you accused him of stealing, so he didn't steal. How do you get acquitted of this?
Yeah, I could see at least a manslaughter charge.
Like, come on, man.
I'm surprised homie got nothing.
I feel like the prosecution...
And this is what the outrage about Carmelo Anthony is because he didn't even get the self-defense manslaughter. He got 35 years on the murder, while this guy chased a motherfucker, and he's getting away with it. It's like, what the hell?
To my dad.
What were you yelling to your dad?
He's got a gun. He's got a gun.
These jurors heard the son talk about seeing and stating to his.
Now, this is going to be probably so important. As long as the son, which he did testify, hey, I told my father he has a gun, it's creating the mindset of what was being thought of at the time. And it probably is going to be like, oh, we need to neutralize this person rather than X, Y, and Z. And that's why, you know, again, in self-defense is about what the person was thinking at the time, not necessarily what do you know in hindsight.
Father about a gun. And with the teen's gun being found present at the scene, I think it was a very difficult situation for these jurors to say that it had been proven that that didn't happen. The circumstances here, though, they are tragic. And
what are you, police? What is Rick Chow, a police officer in the field, making a determination? I'm going to neutralize a threat in the field because he could potentially be harmful to me because he has a firearm? Sir, you are how far away from your store? You are no longer on your premises, sir. You're no longer defending your property, your domicile, you're nothing. You're not defending nothing. So I'm so confused here. How are you able to just do that and be like, yeah, I was trying to neutralize the suspect in it, safety and self-defense because he may have had a gun, but you're chasing a motherfucker with a gun for no reason?
personally don't believe that this teen should have been chased out of that store, especially
like if this was a police chase and they were chasing a suspect for whatever reason because he was a suspect and he had a gun on him, and then the police officer shot the suspect while in pursuit of the suspect and tried to resuscitate him, but the gun was drawn at that point, it would be looked at differently. You're a police officer, you're in the field, you're acting, you're doing your duty. This is a random civilian who's left his property. He's no longer in his store. He's not protecting his store. You claimed that the man stole a water bottle, and it was wrong. Didn't have the water bottle. So even if he had the water bottle at this point, are you able to just chase somebody down the street and shoot them over a water bottle, claiming that they had a gun and you could have been in danger? You could have stayed your bitch ass in your store. You wouldn't have been in danger. You could have called the authorities like a regular civilian should. Oh, he stole the bottle. He's already gone. He's feet from the store. Okay, call the police. Call the authorities. Why do you think that you're judge, jury, and executioner? And then you get away with it and you're bolstered by the law? This is insane, man.
When it was found ultimately that he didn't take anything in the first place, and then to lose his life in this way is just unimaginable for that family. But having watched the entire trial, that's what I think impacted the decision that the jurors came to. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, interesting.
Mr. President, Your Honor. Mr. Scott.
Also, this was the son being grilled.
911.
Nothing stopped me.
No. And you know how to use 911 because you've used it before, correct?
Yes, sir.
You used it on that day, correct?
So they're probably saying, why you ain't calling 911? Why y'all chased?
Right. Stole.
Okay. And your dad, as you saw, was right on your heels, right? Rewind.
In the video, you mean?
Is your monitor working right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, press play session.
And the background is loud as hell.
You know why these cases are tough? Bro, even watching the surveillance video, nigga, this look like some menace to society shit, man. This is some hurry up and buy shit, man. Like, yo, you could tell, once I seen this Asian motherfucker come right here, I could tell he's like, yo, you naggers are probably trying to steal some shit in here, man. You could tell by the nigga's look. He's He's looking at these black people like, oh, y'all in my store stealing, bro. Y'all in here stealing. So so here's the tough part. There's so much prejudice that goes into America, and also because of stereotyping in terms of how people look at black people, it poisons these people's minds already. You in a store, they think you stealing. If they have a thought to think you stealing, they definitely think you did. And then it escalates to a situation.
Definitely, because you watch. There's an angle where he goes to what looks like a freezer where there's bottles and water bottles, and it seems like he's putting them in his hoodie or taking them out. And I'm like, it looks weird. I'm like, what is he doing there? But as he's doing it, one of the Asian people walk up to him and they're looking at him and they're just staring and they're standing right by. I'm like, yo, that is uncomfortable.
That now becomes potentially violent. Like, you know, obviously having a weapon, maybe the 14-year-old shouldn't have a weapon, but
a 14-year-old should not be strapped with a firearm. He should not be blicking. He should not have a blicky in the store, just casually just walking, strolling and just like looking suspicious. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't have the blick and then be trying to fit various different bottles in your hoodie looking suspicious. Because then if you got searched at that point, like, hey, you have a water bottle, you can't empty your pockets. You got the blick on you, sir. They're going to call the police. They're going to try to apprehend, whatever. So that's not a good look. Nonetheless, how did this end up in him being shot in the back? I don't understand.
A lot of people have weapons in the United States of America.
A lot of people do have weapons in the United States of America, but they're of legal age. They're not 14-year-old kids.
Here's the thing. Sending this guy to jail, I don't know if we could just send him to jail for his mindset. If we sit here and we say,
nah, send that motherfucker to jail, man. He killed a 14-year-old kid whose back was turned. Yeah, the kid had the blick, but his back was turned and he was running. Nah, man.
Do we think this guy is prejudiced? I'm like, fuck yes. Fuck yes. You get what I'm saying? Like, clearly. Like, you could tell there's some prejudice here, in my opinion. Yeah, like, by the way he's looking, you can tell he's like, these motherfucking niggas keep stealing, man.
But this guy was watching him too. Look at these guys. He just instantly run.
Okay. You guys are right together, are you not?
That's crazy. What did he do at that point? He just walked up the store.
Yeah, like, by the way he's looking, you could tell he's like, these motherfucking niggas keep stealing, man.
And this guy came from the back too, ran out there.
Okay. You guys are right together, are you not?
Meanwhile, they left somebody in the store. Meanwhile, the other guy was just in the store. He could have just did what he wanted.
Yes, sir.
Let me see sorry.
They're so concerned about this kid stealing a bottle, they left dude in the store by himself. Look at all these people. Holy,
okay.
Dude could have done what he wanted to do.
You guys are right together, are you not?
Yes, sir.
Let me see clip 21 states 4, please. Right here, Andy.
Yes, sir.
What apartment complex are they with?
That first one.
Okay. And then how many more up the road?
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, dead ends, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you're standing right there, you can see him take a left in that apartment complex, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if he keeps going, you know there's a dead end, right?
Yes, sir.
And you know there's only that other apartment complex on the right up there.
Yes, sir.
So if you stand right there, stay in your parking lot of your store at 7441 Park Lane Road, you can go ahead and rule out that first apartment on the left if you pass it, right?
I could, yes, sir.
Okay, but if he turns in there, you can say, officers, he went up there, took a left, right?
Yeah, so they're questioning this kid on basically like, all right, if you thought he stole the water bottle, you thought he's about to get away. Don't you have the proper line of sight? You can see where he's going to. Why not call the cops? Now, here's the thing with all of these like situations here. What state? Let me see. Oh, this is South Carolina. The way the law, like these are states with a lot of rural counties and rural places. The law actually protects people from not being victims of like someone who's gonna steal something and be like, oh, okay, well, I'm out of here before the cops come. It gives you an opportunity that if you want to try to protect your property, you can.
Yes, you absolutely can in South Carolina. I remember the baby shot somebody that was in his backyard. He called the cops talking about, yeah, I neutralized him. Come pick him up. He wasn't trying to break into or he tried to break into the house. The baby seen him, he was running away at the time. The same type of way he was running away, but he was still in his yard. The baby shot him in the leg, called the cops, said he neutralized him. Cops came and picked up the guy, the suspect, he got arrested. Everyone went on with their day. The baby wasn't held accountable. He wasn't charged for any type of attempted murder or aggravated assault or any type of anything. So South Carolina is definitely like that. But he wasn't on the property. He was down the street. So I'm like,
In certain places, you can't protect property. Right? Like, yeah.
And he didn't steal the water bottle. In the baby's incident, the guy was trying to break into his house. He was still on the baby's property. The baby was protecting his domicile. That is different than somebody protecting their store. And the suspect didn't steal anything. And the suspect was far away from the property at the time. So yeah, no, it's not the same.
And, you know, I know it well. In New Jersey, you can't protect property. You could protect life. You can't protect property. In other places, I believe South Carolina as well, you can protect property.
You can.
So, like, even though the prosecutor's making that statement or making that point to say, yo, why didn't you do X, Y, and Z? Well, even though he should have called the cops, the law doesn't ban him from actually trying to protect his property or his thought of property. And I get it. You know, supposedly the kid didn't take anything, but...
You know, I thought the exact same thing, Pharaoh. I'm like, the kid was... He was moving as if he didn't have anything on him. The way he was so careless in the store, fitting things in his pocket, then putting them back, and then didn't steal. He didn't steal anything. He was not moving like somebody that was concealing a weapon, that had a reason to hide a weapon. He didn't have a shiesty on or anything. He was just out there. I was thinking, I'm like, what if they planted that shit on him? What if they planted that gun on him after they killed him because they didn't find him with any water bottle? They tried to find any reason to justify the murder. Oh, he had a gun. Put it all in the kid's hands so there's fingerprints all over it. Who the hell knows? Who knows?
That doesn't matter as much just because it's about what it's known at I can't even speak. What's known at the point, which is kind of sad. Fuck. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in this situation, I'm gonna say if they didn't get overcharged, I could see a conviction. A manslaughter, second degree, something that doesn't.
But that's bullshit. That is bullshit, and that's what I was talking about earlier, and how they always get away with shit when they want to. Other communities are easily able to weasel out of accountability, and then the black community, we get multiple charges, so something will stick. He was overcharged. They got him with murder 1. They didn't get him with no second degree manslaughter, aggravated. They got him with murder 1. So, we got to prove that this was a calculated, premeditated murder. And it's like, how could you? This random motherfucker came into his store. Like, that's bullshit. So, if you overcharge and that's the only thing on the docket, that's the only thing on the list.
Include intent or malice, but something that penalizes for resulting in death, which would be manslaughter. But murder... A lot of times there is a statute or a piece of the consideration for a murder. You have to have some intent, not only to kill, to cause a lot of damage.
And that's the thing, the intent. And that's why when you talk about, he rushed to resuscitate him. He even performed mouth to mouth. He did CPR, blah, blah, blah. That removes the intent. Now, I'm just trying to protect my store. I believe he stole something. Blah, blah, blah. You're not getting him on the full murder. This is some bullshit.
Or you thought about it in the moment, or you wanted to kill that person in the moment.
And by the way, we got a
Or you want to kill that person premeditatedly. I'm sorry.
space too, right?
Okay.
And by the way, we got a cell phone and shoe, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you following me still? If you kept running past that driveway, then you could narrow it down too. You could say, Mr. Police Officer, he kept running past that first complex, and the next one is up there on the right, right?
I could have.
Okay. Are you tracking my question? So my question is, why do you need to be right up on him, jogging beside him the whole time?
I did not plan to be right on him.
But you were.
Because he tripped.
So you watched a 14-year-old boy with one shoe, you suspected of stealing $1 of water, trip and fall, and you didn't just turn around and say, Dad, let's call it a day. Let's just go back. We've done too much already. You didn't do it.
I did not do that.
Because you're right up on it. And you said that in your statement, right? I got right up on it.
I was arm's length away.
Okay. You still didn't notice he was only wearing one shoe?
No, sir.
He busted his butt pretty bad there, didn't he?
His butt? No.
He busted his shins up, right? I mean, he was down like on his stomach, right? You said that.
He was flat, and I saw something in his hand.
Okay. This is state 78. Okay. And he hit pretty hard. Okay. And are you familiar with a tack light? This is state's number 6. Are you familiar with the tack light?
Yes, sir.
Remember that on the ground?
I did not see it myself, but...
Well, like you were standing there with the officer when he identified it being there after the fact.
I thought they were talking about a red thing on it.
Okay, but you didn't see that at the time?
I did not see it, no, sir.
All right, well, let me see state's 35.
Yo, the background noise in this is killing me. There's so much bullshit fuckery just flickering, like, what type of audio is this? Is this like the audio from the camera or something? Like, this is so bad.
You saw his shins just now, what he did to himself after that fall?
I did see that.
Okay. And it was a fairly, he hit the ground pretty hard, did he not?
He did fall flat on the ground.
Okay. Now it's right about here.
All right. A lot could be just analyzed. I would have to watch the majority of the case to kind of like get a strong takeaway. Obviously, just on face value, as I said, my opinion is that it's a bunch of bad circumstances that led up to the death. On face value, I don't agree with shooting somebody in the back. Obviously, we live in America, so when it's said that that person had a gun too, the person's dead. I don't know if there's a video of the actual incident. You could kind of almost like, it's probably hard to convict that person, especially when their son is going to testify for them as well. So, yeah. All right, let me see.
Daddy Metcalf never forgave Karmelo Anthony for what happened to his son. But let that have been a black mother or a black father. They would have forgave him the minute they got the phone call.
I do want to start somewhere, though, that is pressing on Black America. There's a lot of people speaking about it. I want to start with the Karmelo Anthony case.
Yes, sir.
To me, it feels bigger than a courtroom. As a young black man that's convicted.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Get him out of here! He's got no place in here! Get rid of him! Okay? Weirdo!
Who is this idiot in the chat? Accountability is kryptonite to the black community. To the African American community, but you know what you meant.
Weirdo!
So you got a bunch of pedos running the administration, dusting it up on that child molesting island. What were the color of those folks, sir? Talking about accountability is the kryptonite to who?
Weirdo.
These motherfuckers, they just come here and they talk the most shit. The communities that are constantly allowing themselves to avoid accountability and trying to hold black people to the fire of everything. The audacity to say black people lack accountability when we're held accountable for everything. We ain't getting away with nothing. It's laughable.
And there's a white young man that's dead. The family is grieving, the internet is divided, and black parents are looking at this, wondering how do we protect our sons? Did you have a chance to look at the case, and what do you feel about, we'll get to the sentencing. Let's deal with the verdict first. What do you feel about the verdict?
What did you say before that? We'll get to the
sentencing.
The sentencing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, I want to say this. Caucasian nation, the good white folks of America, are so disingenuous. And the reason I say Caucasian nation is so disingenuous, Loom, is because when black people...
Yo, did this idiot just get here? We already established that he had a gun on him. So, they've established that he had a gun on him, but he was running the opposite direction. He didn't steal any water bottle. He wasn't shoplifting anything. He left the premises. He was running the other direction. They shot him in the back. Who the fuck cares that he had a gun? Who is this idiot? This nigga came in like the last 5 seconds and wants to start running his beak without listening to anything in the production?
Receive an unfair trial. We are supposed to respect the verdict. But when white people feel that they haven't received a fair trial, they don't have to respect the verdict. The other thing that makes Caucasian nation so disingenuous, Loom, is they always like to treat every black case in its own special vacuum. In other words...
Here's another race hustler, Dr. Umar Johnson.
When we talk about Karmelo Anthony, we can't talk about the man who took Trey.
All right, so proof that this idiot just gets here to run his mouth without listening to anything, and the fact that the mods have done nothing. You guys are under review. I told y'all 10,000 times already. When y'all hear a certain drop,
Get him out of here. He's got no place.
Y'all know what to do. Niggas want to come here to basically disrupt and speak bullshit. How many times have we cooked Umar Johnson? How many times we call it Umar Johnson for anything? We're not fans and supporters of Umar Johnson, but y'all let this idiot come up in the chat and say all this shit without timing a dumbass out. If somebody has a logical disagreement or they're coming from a rational place, not a shit disturbing place, we let them talk, we let them cook. Idiots like this, get them the fuck out of here.
Martin's wife.
George Zimmerman.
George Zimmerman. You can't put it in context.
Can't mix it.
We can't talk about Rick Child, who took Cyrus Carmack Belton's life. We can't talk about Kyle Rittenhouse getting off, Rick Child getting off. Daniel Penny choked a man out in a New York subway and got off on standing his ground, and the man never touched him. The reason white society, Caucasian nation, doesn't like black people to discuss our legal lynchings in context, because if you put it in context, Loon, you cannot come to any other decision that there are two standards of justice in this country. One black, one white, and it's been that way for 407 years. Now, with that being said, we have to understand that to be black in America is a crime in and of itself. In fact, the original crime of America is to be black.
So, the reason why this is in here, because this statement right here, the crime of being black in America, driving while black, being pulled over, the discrimination, the unfair treatment, this goes into another topic that I'm going to discuss on another day as it relates to the FBA movement and Tariq Nasheed, pedestalizing the great American nation that America is, going against other blacks that support the plight of the body of blacks, the diaspora of I'm saying all of us when I say the body of blacks. So you're going to take away your allies in a nation that discriminates against you, that treats you unfairly, treats you like second-class citizens, and then you're going to wave that American flag against other black folks that are not American in a form of discriminating against other non-American blacks. That part didn't make any sense to me, and that's what I wanted to speak about. I also seen the other side of the This is why I want to have a big discussion about this. I want to have an open panel as it relates to this, because I've seen the other side. I've seen the side that black Americans complain about. The agents, the African agents that come and try to assimilate with the white folks and not see the racial structure that exists within America, looking at black folks as if they're just some aimless victims that don't take accountability for their own community. There is a lot of that bullshit that these folks come and they're not allies. They're literally butlers for the white folks. So I see a lot of that shit. Some FBAs act just like South Africans. Can't exactly say continental Africans are allies. The white warship is divided. That's what I'm saying. This is why this needs to be an open panel, and we need to have a lot of different perspectives from a lot of different black people on this subject, because there's a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of xenophobia. There's a lot of just tribalism. There's a lot of fuckery just to grift a space on the internet. And I hate the grifts. The grifts is what it's the worst, because it's like you're intentionally destroying your community because you see a financial revenue stream based on an internet community that you can take advantage of. And I see that time and time again. And I'm like, yo, folks don't realize that the damage that they're doing extends outside of online influence. Like, people are in real life, in these workplaces, in grocery stores, in places in real life, public places, espousing the same dusty rhetoric that they get from internet talk spaces. So a lot of it is influential, a lot of it is effective. And I see a lot of us right now going against each other, tearing down our larger community. There's nothing wrong with black Americans owning their own identity, because there is these motherfucking tethers that come and work against black American interests. So I understand that side of the FBA. I fully understand why they want to protect themselves like that. But when you turn that into nationalism for a country that doesn't respect you, to try to shit on other blacks that are trying to get down with y'all and try to, like, for me, that makes absolutely no sense. So we have to organize that a bit better. O'Shea dropped something recently. See if I can share this from the Discord. How do I drag this shit? Oh, this is a picture. I can just download this shit. Whoever uploaded that better be safe. Better be a safe file. Hold up, chat. We're gonna address this too. We are going to address this too. Hold up, chat. Where'd that upload? Where'd that download go? What the fuck? You just download this shit and you just slap it in a miscellaneous folder and don't tell a nigga where you save it? What is this computer dealing with today? Okay. So O'Shea dropped this picture. Should I make my return to the Black Manosphere, guys? It's been 3 years. Should I make a comeback? Now, I'm pretty sure here's the black man with the Superman. No, I'm pretty sure this is a joke. I'm pretty sure you're not bringing back the Black Manosphere. I just find that shit funny. Everybody, like mediocre tutorials and reviews, is trying to create a wave right now too. The Freedom Bros or whatever he's trying to do. Folks love to create waves. And right now, the Black Manosphere Part 3, if you bring it back and you do it differently, I don't know. It may work this time. It may actually work. They've seen all the flaws when folks cooned out for Pearl, the underlings of that sector. They've seen the flaws. They could probably rework it in a different way. If you look at what the Manosphere kind of embodies today, or the Black Manosphere, what is left of the Black Manosphere, what can be looked at as Black Manosphere? Like, you can look at DJ Hamp's channel and a lot of these discussions like that Mr. Fantastic and these folks have. You can look at that as like the current Black Manosphere. And if you look at DJ Hamp's channel as the current Black Manosphere, it is leagues above and far more constructive and better for the community than the past Black Manosphere. That's just the way I see it. If you go to DJ Hamp's channel, this might be risky. They're having all sorts of constructive community conversations, various topics, not an echo chamber, different people's that folks may not even like, may even call certain folks coons that pop up on those panels, but they're being debated and they're being their talking points are being displayed, not just in a echo chamber. So they're being challenged. I think that version of the Manosphere is better. They're not just complaining about women aimlessly. Hamp has a panel where he brings on women and they speak about their views on various topics. It's more solution based, more building. If O'Shea brought back the Manosphere now with more constructive, because he knows the flaws from the past. They were anti-black women. It turned into a black women hate group. Seeing the flaws of the past, if you were going to reconstruct something new for the betterment of black men or black folks, well, cause this is Black Manosphere, so it's still it's still men-centric, but it doesn't mean you have to hate women. I don't know. I see that as a joke, but there is some constructive components to having something like that now. It's not the same. It's not the same as back then. A lot of these things had to be torn down to be recreated better. A lot of the folks in the Red Pill and the Manosphere space were ruining perfectly good talking points and turning them into dusty incel talking points. Again! And then it turned into women hate. I've always said there's not a lot of the things that were said in the Red Pill and the Manosphere weren't exactly wrong. The execution of those talking points were atrocious, and then they went entirely too far with their conservative grift. So, and then there's the racist component of the Red Pill and them just pandering to racist white folks. So there's a whole lot of that. Chat, we're going to wrap up the stream. We are going to wrap up the stream. We're going to organize some more clips and some more streams. We got to figure out how to beat that shadow ban. The problem is when there's a bunch of weirdo ass dweebs reporting the channel for no reason, this is what happens. This type of shit happens. What the hell is this? Why did this pop up? All right, man, we out. Yeah.